turn on your notification bell. You will still get those information you are looking for. Thank you.
Military invasion. 80-year-old blind man burnt to death. Anambra community tackles military. Now, 80-year-old blind man named Egwatu Nonyelo, who was a carpenter before he lost his sight, was shot in his house and set ablaze by soldiers who attacked Omo community in the Ayamelu local government area of Anambra State in revenge of their missing colleague. Now, sources said one of the soldiers deployed in the area went missing, prompting his colleagues to launch a reprisal. Anako and Omo communities have been embroiled in a land dispute. We have been reporting it. This crisis erupted again within the week when 6 people were allegedly killed and 6 others abducted in Omo. It was gathered that many of the villagers had fled for fear of being killed. A source in Anako on Friday said the community was littered with corpses, adding that many houses were set ablaze. He noted that 5 trucks loaded with soldiers had been patrolling the area since the beginning of the week. The source said there was hardly a family that was not affected in the latest action in Anako, adding that as of Thursday, many people were still packing their things out of the town. A resident who spoke on condition of anonymity said one of the community members was dragged out of his house and the house set ablaze. Anako Town Hall was also burnt. The entire community fled to Nando in Anambra East LGA, Okosun in Oyi LGA, while many ran to Onisha. Many of our people are now hanging around community squares in those communities. We thought the soldiers came to make peace, but we found them burning our houses and property. All the men in the community have fled. We just come into the village to harvest cassava and go back. In fact, some of the houses are still burning and many people are packing the household property they can salvage. There is fear everywhere. The entire community is deserted. Shrines were also not spared, as many of them were burnt. A woman was shot and her body brought into her house and set ablaze. She was still burning as of yesterday. An 80-year-old blind man, Egwatu Nonyelo, who was a carpenter before he lost his sight, was shot in his house and set ablaze. The community skill acquisition center, with all the equipment contained therein, was also not spared. Another member of the community, Mr. Titus Izogo, said, "I suspect that the soldiers were brought by our neighboring community, which has been having a land dispute with us." Now, the state police spokesman, DSP Tochukwu Ikenga, said it was a military affair and he could not comment on it. The spokesman for the military could not be reached. So, this is what they are doing. When this thing happened, we said it. When we got information about the disputes between these Anako and Omo communities in Ayamelu, we said it. We said, communities, do not allow yourself, or something that will warrant the soldiers to invade your communities, because this thing you are doing, having dispute with yourselves, it will warrant these Fulani infested terrorists to descend on these communities, and it happened exactly the way we predicted. We know their pattern. They will never disappoint this army, disappoint you. They won't disappoint anybody. They don't disappoint, they will do their thing in the southeast. Okay? We have said it. They are continuing the genocide, the war. They have not stopped. We felt that, 1970, the war came to an end. It's not true. They have ordered them to come and slaughter people. And look at what's happening. It's pathetic. It's quite unfortunate and regrettable that people would, be going this kind of, passing through these experiences. It's cumbersome and crucible. How can? Look, 80-year-old man, no sympathy, no empathy of any sort from these hoodlums who are putting on military uniform. They're just putting on military uniform. They're hoodlums. Forget about this uniform. They're terrorists. Forget about the military uniform. It's a decoy. It's a camouflage. We have seen all these things. We are saying it again. This is supposed to be an eye-opener again to our communities in the southeast and Biafran land, the entire Niger states, the entire southeastern states. Look, do not go into confrontation or into crisis or dispute with your fellow communities. Everything must be discussed at the round table. Because we have said it, after this war, after this crisis, after this fight, all of us must come at the right temple and discuss. So why don't we do it than to waste lives and allow these terrorists to come and do their thing? Okay? This is unwarranted. This is avoidable. Who said it? It's avoidable. And as we predicted, it just happened. They invaded the community, killing people, destroying lives and property, burning houses, setting people ablaze in their houses. How can this is? They said they are looking for their colleague. One of their colleagues is missing. It's not true. Don't mind them. These things are small screen. They use it to just go and invade communities. Yes, that's what they're doing. If they are attacking communities because of their colleagues, okay, being killed, or their colleague that they lost. What about what in the northern Nigeria? What's happening there? We have said it for the opting time. They should go there and burn down the whole north. Judging from the number of military that has disappeared and has been killed, this one is disappearance. Go to the north, you see military, 100 persons, 100 military officers being killed in a swoop. 100. An account of what happened in Nassau some time ago. I think that should be about 5 years or 6 years ago. All right. DSS, the military, that's the army, the police, joint force, over 70 were killed in an ambush. Over 70 in an ambush. The community, as we're speaking today, they're still there. Nobody attacked them. Over 70. What is happening? Igbo leaders, Igbo elders, Igbo elite, Igbo political diabanis, and what have you? The governors, what is happening? This cowardice is too much. Why allow yourself to be in this manner, in this mess? What is happening? Look at what we are saying. Okay? Communities are having crisis. They invited the military to come and quell it, but we want them not invite them. They don't invite them. They have no need of coming. They will come and cause commotion and confusion and kill people. That's what they will come to do. Yes. Let me just tell you, if something happened in the southeast, in any community in the southeast, and you invited the military, if you see the way people will pick race, pack their things and leave, because the army is coming. Yes. We're talking about where something happened. For instance, communities are having crisis. This is not a case of the army. An army man was killed, okay, and so in the usual manner they behave, the Nigerian army, like lunatics. So you will expect that they will come and cause confusion and kill people. Maybe because of one of their own was killed, circumstantially, okay. But we are talking an event that there is a crisis in the community. Maybe between brothers and sisters, and you say, okay, let me just invite the army to come and make peace. And they will come, they will swoop on the communities and attack them. So you have seen that the army will not make peace. They will not bring peace. They are not peacemakers in the context of the southeast. Once they come, they descend the communities and start attacking them at will, destroying lives and property. Wreaking havoc, living, on their trail, anguish, pains, and agony on the residents. So that is it. We are telling our people again, use this one in Anako and all more communities, please. IMLU, to learn. These people are not your friends. If you have a dispute with your brothers, you can resolve it. Traditional rulers, you are there to adjudicate and to bring peace. You are not there only to collect salaries from these Marudas who said government. You are also there to make peace. That's why you are there. And that's why the traditional stool is respected in the southeast and in the Biafra land. So you are there to bring peace, to adjudicate. Before the advance of the white men, we have been living in peace. And if issues arise like this, traditional rulers and elders will come together and resolve it amicably. So why inviting the army? Why making it to reach the point that they will come and invade communities in the guise of trying to bring peace? They are in pieces, they cannot bring peace. Do not invite them. Please. If you have dispute, of course, these things will arise. We are human beings. It will arise. Now we will be fretted.